It's not just the words "I'm sorry" that make the difference. It's the intention behind them, and often the words that follow. So my next guest is going to help us strengthen our marriages by breaking down what a sincere apology looks like. She's sharing 5 ways to say "I'm sorry" that will actually address the root of the problem. Licensed marriage and family therapist Nikki Harmon joins me to explain. Great to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
Thank you for being here. And this is such a fascinating topic to me because I think if you've been on the receiving end of an empty apology, which we all have, you know it doesn't sound right, feel right, or promote the healing that you're after. Yet, I think we're also all guilty of saying the unintentional shallow apology.
Right, and sometimes you can't put your finger on why it doesn't fit. Like, okay, well, you said the word, but I still don't feel resolved, and I can't figure out why.
You believe apologies do have 2 different levels.
Yeah, there's kind of a surface level, check the box, and then there's a deeper level, more emotionally connected level.
How would you describe the surface level? Is that just the, "I'm sorry, let's tuck this under the rug and move forward"?
Yeah, I mean, and it apologizes for the in-the-moment hurt, but it kind of misses the bigger, deeper hurt that can be happening. And sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes a surface level apology is okay, but if you find yourself going back and back and your partner's just not quite feeling resolved, you might need the deeper apology.
I was going to say, if we have to deep apologize every day, there might be a deeper problem.
Right, come see me at therapy. Yeah.
We'll just excuse you to the office and shut the door. But the surface apology does have its place. When might the deeper apology be warranted?
Yeah, so a deeper apology might be warranted when there's bigger things. Maybe there's a bigger relational thing that's going on that you might need, or your partner's just not feeling resolved. They feel like, I really need you to get what I'm saying, and I need it on that emotional level. If your partner comes to you for an emotional connection and you come to them with an intellectual response, research shows us your partner's going to view that as a miss. That's a non-response as far as your partner's concerned.
So ultimately, this isn't even about the words. It's about a partner feeling what? Seen, heard, validated?
Yep. Check, check, and check.
Okay, all right. I'm going to give you 5 surface level apologies, and then you hit home the deeper alternative for us. And it'll be interesting, I think, a good approach to this exercise in that couples can see where they're at and evaluate where their words might be needed, right? Or be lacking. So first, if I said, "I'm sorry I didn't do the dishes when I said I would."
Yeah, so I'm sorry I didn't do the dishes when I said I would. I know that feels like you can't rely on me. There's the deeper thing, right? Or when I don't follow through, you have to pick up the slack, and that's not fair to you. And I want to be a partner to you, and I want you to be able to rely on me when I say I'm going to do something.
I mean, if someone said that to me, I'd just stand there a
you
little
feel
dumbfounded.
validated.
Fine, I'll do the dishes. Fine. But that deeper acknowledgement of the reliability, and it's never about what it's really about.
It's not just the dishes, right? Yeah, it's about feeling like you're not my partner.
All right, we'll slide this into a very appropriate PG-13. Sorry we weren't intimate last night. I was really into my show.
Yes. So that's a little bit of an excuse, right? I was into my show, but you might say, if you're trying to take it to the deeper meaning, "I'm sorry we weren't intimate. I know that feels like you're not important to me, or a relationship isn't important to me, but what's important to you is important to me, and I'm sorry I didn't prioritize that."
This is juicy in the sense that, not just the intimacy topic, but in the sense that we're acknowledging just day-to-day practices, oversights, day-to-day hustle and hum of everyday schedules, but underneath it still lies some really important emotion and connection, or lack thereof.
Right, and everything we do or don't do, every little miss like this communicates to our partner if we're important, if they're aware of us, if we're seen by them, and over time, those little things either create strong connections or disconnect.
I see that, I can feel that. This next one speaks to the schedule and kind of the hustle. Sorry I came home later than I planned last night and I didn't communicate with you.
Yes, so a deeper level might be, sorry I came home later and I didn't communicate with you. That was inconsiderate of me. I didn't think about how that might affect you or how worried you might have been. And it's reasonable for you to expect that if I'm going to be late, I can give you a call.
What about something surface like financials? I mean, not that this came up last week around our Amazon account or anything, but like, sorry I went over budget last month.
Yes, sorry I went over budget last month. That must feel like maybe you can't trust me with our finances, or it's not fair of me to go outside of what we agreed on together as a couple.
But trust.
Yes, and I want you to be able to rely on me that I'm going to make decisions that are in line with our goals.
Okay, let's go one more. I'm sorry I lost my cool during our fight. You just make me so mad.
Yeah, so that's, and I'm sorry with a little backhand to it, right? You just make me so mad. So we want to just leave that one out. I'm sorry I lost my cool last night. you deserve to be treated with respect even when I'm frustrated. And I really want to communicate respectfully to you even when I'm mad.
Nikki, I don't want to poke and prod, and I certainly don't want to overstretch, but speak around this, if you will. How many of the couples who land in your office did those problems start or begin with a really small nothing, like finances or, you know what I mean, watching a show versus being, how many of those started there?
Oh, all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, when couples come into therapy, it's because they're at the end of their rope, right? They don't come in when things are going well, but nobody starts out their relationship in a big fight. Nobody. They all start feeling connected, and then over time, what happens is we have these little disconnects that we don't repair correctly. We miss these deeper apologies, and then that leads to a little more like disconnect, which leads it easier to get hurt again and easier to get hurt again, and all of a sudden we're very disconnected. And so learning how to repair, learning how to really see what my partner needs and attune to that is gonna keep us connected and keep us out of the therapy office.
And as a therapist, I just feel it's fair to say you don't just see the broken couples, but you see the couples who have fought through, persevered, and succeeded. So what, on the flip side, what would be the benefit of practicing these more deeper apologies on a regular basis?
Yeah, well, it keeps you connected. One of, high conflict is not what leads to marriages breaking up. It is lack of emotional attunement. And so when we don't feel seen, when we don't feel connected, we start fighting more, right? Or we stop fighting because we don't care. And that's dangerous too. Sometimes the fight means we're still in it with each other. And so being able to attune to each other, stay connected to each other, heal those little bumps when we miss each other, that is what's going to ultimately save your relationship in the long run.
And I imagine you see couples that come to you after 10, 20, even 30 years of marriage that still haven't learned this. And what a game changer this would be to understand the importance of the deeper apology, and even beyond that, how to offer the deeper apology.
Right, and it's a simple shift, right? It's like, oh, sorry I didn't do the dishes. That's crazy that you're so bugged. You're such a nag. Versus, sorry I didn't do the dishes. I know that adds more to your plate. I can see that that feels like I'm not a partner to you, right? It's a big difference in where that lands.
This was a great conversation, a great topic, and you punched home some really good applicable examples. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
If couples do want to slide in and learn this from you, how can they connect?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram or Facebook at Nikki Harmon Therapy, or I own a clinic in American Fork called the Family Therapy Clinic, and we have lots of great therapists there who have immediate openings. So therapy party.
Get on it. Get on it. It's clear you're good at what you do. So thank you for sharing your expertise. We've all had a little therapy party today.
That's right.
I'm better because of it.